Good day and welcome to MPTV's Weekend News Roundup. I am Lukman Adelakin. First, the headlines. Police confirm abduction of 14 passengers, including JAM candidates in Benue attack. Wike slams Atiku as serial contestant, says government won't be distracted by politics. President Tinubu assures Nigerians of reforms, unity, and prosperity. Says, I will not let Nigerians down. Now the news in details. Security concerns have heightened in Benue State after gunmen abducted 14 passengers, including JAM candidates, alongside the Makodi Otupo Road. The victims were traveling in a Benue Link bus on Wednesday evening when armed men intercepted the vehicle and whisked them into the bush. One passenger and the driver reportedly escaped. The Nigerian Police Force has confirmed the incident, saying the Benue State Commissioner of Police has deployed tactical teams for a coordinated search and rescue operation. Authorities say efforts are ongoing to track the attackers and secure the release of the victims, while urging calm and cooperation from residents as investigations continue. The abduction adds to growing concern across the state, especially involving students and highway travelers. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has assured Nigerians he will not fail them, reaffirming his commitment to economic reforms and inclusive growth. Speaking at the State House in Abuja while receiving renewed Hope ambassadors led by Hope Uzodinma, the president said his administration is rebuilding political and economic structures to encourage opportunities for citizens, especially the poor and vulnerable. He stressed that democracy, the rule of law, and respect for the judiciary remain central to his government, urging citizens not to be discouraged by misinformation. President Tinubu also urged ambassadors to mobilize Nigerians at the grassroots on government reforms, insisting that national greatness can only be achieved through unity, shared vision, and collective responsibility. The former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has criticized President Bola Tinubu over his economic policies and the rising cost of living in Nigeria. In a statement issued by his media aide, Frank Shaibu, Atiku accused the president of hypocrisy and historical distortion following recent remarks on his privatization affairs. The former vice president defended the privatization program he supervised while in office, listing companies such as Orlando, Cornwall, Adova, Indorama, Eleme Petrochemicals, Benue Cement Company, and Transcorp Hilton as evidence of its successes. Atiku also accused the Tinubu administration of commercializing the national oil company without transparency, describing the process as privatization without accountability. He further claimed that Nigerians are facing worsening hardship, with families skipping meals and business shutting down due to inflation and declining purchasing power. His statement urged the president to focus on economic solutions rather than political attacks. Benue State Governor Hyacinthe Alia has strongly condemned the abduction of passengers, including candidates of the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board in Otopo. The governor described the attack as a reprehensible and cowardly act, targeting innocent citizens, especially students traveling to write examinations. He assured residents of Benue State that security agencies have launched coordinated search and rescue operations and are firmly on the trail of the perpetrators. Governor Alia says tactical teams have been fully mobilized and directed to flush out criminals hiding in forests across the state, stressing that no effort will be spared in securing the victims' safe return. He urged residents to remain calm, vigilant, and support security agencies with useful information as efforts continue to bring those responsible to justice. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has taken a swipe at former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, describing him as a serial contestant and loser. Wike made the remark while reacting to Atiku's recent criticism of the administration of President Bola Tinubu and the statement that the 2027 election would be his final presidential bid. According to the FCT minister, Atiku has repeatedly contested for Nigeria's top job without success and may still return to the race in 2031. Wike stressed that the current administration will not be distracted by political attacks, insisting governance must remain the priority. He challenged critics to assess ongoing projects in the Federal Capital Territory, saying the government is focused on delivering results and improving the lives of Nigerians. The Delta State Police Command has ordered the trial of officers caught in a viral video allegedly extorting a motorist inside a police station in Asaba. Commissioner of Police Yemi Oyeyemi described the incident as embarrassing and unprofessional and a clear violation of police conduct. He stressed that no citizen deserves such treatment. The command says officers Inspector Augustine Jeremiah and Corporal Miracle Ehirim are now facing an orderly room trial with the outcome to be made public. The commissioner reaffirmed the directive of the Inspector General of Police Olatunji Ridwan Disu banning extortion and the use of POS machines in police facilities, warning that abuse of office will not be tolerated. Police urged the public to continue reporting misconduct as efforts intensify to rebuild trust. A Lagos State Special Offences Court in Ikeja has sentenced a 63-year-old cleric, Chris Douglas, to life imprisonment for rape. Delivering judgment, Justice Rahman Oshodi said the pastor abused his position of authority and trust to exploit a church member's daughter. The court held that the victim and her family relied on the cleric for spiritual guidance, but instead, he betrayed that trust, causing severe psychological trauma. Prosecutors presented witnesses, including the victim, a mother, and a medical doctor, while the court rejected the defense of consent. Douglas was found guilty on 3 counts of rape and will serve life imprisonment on each count, running concurrently. His name will also be entered into the Lagos State Sexual Offenders Register. A court has granted bail to businessman Linus Williams, popularly known as B-Lord, in a case linked to social media activist Martins Vincent Orsay, also known as Very Dark Man. B-Lord had been remanded in prison following allegations connected to impersonation and an ongoing dispute between the two personalities. However, the court granted him bail with conditions yet to be fully disclosed publicly. His legal team has since expressed optimism that the ruling will allow him prepare his defense properly. The case stems from a prolonged public dispute between both men that attracted widespread attention on social media and sparked debate over online business practices and influencer activism. The matter is expected to continue in court as proceedings resume on a later date. That's all we have for you on the Weekend News Roundup on NPTV. I remain Lukman Adelakin. Do remain good citizens of Nigeria. Follow us across all social media platforms and on our YouTube channel